Hello. I hope this works. If you can see me, please let me know. If you can't, also let me know. Okay, so I'm doing my live cast on Nikon, the USA, part of the company, because they have like different sectors that they go through and different parts that like they brand out based on their location. So I'm doing Nikon USA, and the slogan for Nikon USA is "At the heart of the image." Nikon uses Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Vimeo, and Flickr. Their top three, though, out of the seven that I listed are Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. They do very good jobs at using these zones of social media to connect with their consumers. Their strongest assets include that the company posts their mission statement right on their Facebook page, and you can really click it. It's a mission statement. You can like read all about the company and what they stand for, and get that feel of what their brand is right from the get-go before you make your own assumptions about it. All their sites are accessible and easy to use and find things that you need to find, so it's very user-friendly. Photos are posted and videos using photos sent from Nikon enthusiasts and users is a really strong asset that they have. They like constantly like enforce people bringing or like submitting photos that they've taken with their Nikon cameras, and then they then display them on their pages as a way of like as an ad, as like a shout out, and like it brings in more people. On Facebook, they have a daily photography tip blog and an ask questions center, like a section where they ask questions or see questions and answers. So if they're ever curious, they can just like look at it. Consumers can like easily find those, and having those as like two separate blogs to have is like very strong for them. On Instagram, they have a hashtag called hashtag Nikon No Filter, where the consumers can compete in competitions where they hashtag their photos with this, and Nikon will then use them and post them on their page as like a repost. Post based off the basic primary reach out to open conversations with consumers, which is a strong asset. Going off their assets, they have various techniques that are used to engage customers, which are very similar to what I've stated before. So they post relatable information to its consumers and participate in My Nikon World Photo Challenge. Nikon also has a tip of the day blog, like I said before, attached to their Facebook, giving readers a consistent theme of information, which makes them reliable. They usually post between times of 10 a.m. to 11 p.m., which I think is a really strong technique. What they do is they find like a good time to post, so that the prime people like use their phones during lunch, and like get on social media, so they will see these and then share and then like and favorite and retweet, and then people like will pass the message onward. In addition, their Facebook and Instagram are both interactive to an extent, and encourage users to do more than just work. So like they encourage the interactive extent is that they like say, give us photos and give us hashtag, and you'll like see all these things. But that's pretty much as far as they go with that. Their Facebook has tabs and links to shopping, registering for classes, and more, which is a really good technique to do to increase like learning about the company, learning about photography, and like buying their products. Not only are you learning their brand, you interact with their brand, they're like giving you like steps to go into their store. And then according to herdat.com, that did a comparison between Canon and Nikon. Nikon has created an avid following by creating online conversations to the tune of a 48% engagement rate, which is like really good. It's like 50% basically. So that's like a really high engagement rate that they're getting with their customers. And Nikon has a really good grasp on how to grab consumers' attention with their social media. So that's a really good technique that they're using with their conversations. I definitely think fans are passionate and engaged for Nikon. I mean, I'm a huge Nikon fan. I have a sticker on my computer that says Team Nikon, and like they're really rising in like the photojournalism industry as like the higher up photography brand to be using. So I think fans that are really passionate and engaged, Nikon its consumers to use the hashtag #NikonFilter on Instagram and share their work. They also have My Nikon World, where they post things from Nikon enthusiasts and Nikon ambassadors that like are showing their work and on like trips, like with Nikon basically, and like then they illustrate that. It's a really good way to keep consumers coming back and interested in what the brand's producing and what the company is like showcasing. And I think, I mean, according to Facebook, Nikon has about 11,405,462 followers, and on Twitter they have over 1,414,000 followers. So like that's a pretty large base that they're reaching out to and keeping. So like that's really good. So you're getting that, like they're making a good connection, and then people share a lot of their posts. You see that comments shared 100 times, like 80 times, shared twice, like 300 times. So like people are constantly like putting their posts on their feed for other people to see, which is like really good. So I definitely think that like they're keeping that connection with their consumers. But there are a few things that I do agree that the brand improve. They could become a tad more interactive. Like I said, yeah, they post like the label material to consumers and they have the hashtags, but they could keep their conversations. They build the conversations, but they don't, as far as I've noticed for the little bit that I like looked into on this part, Nikon like gets comments from their consumers in like comment sections on stories, and maybe they aren't adding them or like tagging them in the right way, that they aren't noticing it. They don't always respond and like build a communication with the consumers. They just allow a communication to be built within the consumer's own like sphere and like their own group. Like the consumers can all talk together, but they don't like talk with Nikon. I think that's like a thing that Nikon can change with their brand, is like be more like conversational, as in like being a part of it. But other than that, I think they do a very good job with everything in their social media, and I think they do a very strong like basis of that. I think that Nikon is something that like you wouldn't think would have like a really, you think would have like a really strong face, but you wouldn't think to look at that. I mean, like it's a photography thing, you think it's going to be like very photo based, but it's going to incorporate video and classes and business and discovering yourself. Links to their their website, and their website even tells you like how to even incorporate like social media in your own personal businesses and your own life. So I feel like that's a really good like teaching tool that they do. Is their brand is really about like education. So I think that like is really good, and like building a photography community. So that's all I have about Nikon. I think I answered all the questions. Sorry, this was pretty quick. I'm also a really fast talker, but thank you for joining me and listening. Okay, have a good night.